Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you all are having a great and wonderful day today. I'm not going to be able to bring anybody on because I'm trying to do that feature and it is just not working for me today. It is actually flipping me in the wrong direction. So I will not be having my discussion part today. So I'm going to get right into our reading. Today is Thinking Thursday. It is also Women's History Month. It is also Women's History Month. So we're going to again hop right into the reading. I know we're a few minutes behind, but we are trying to figure out these technical issues today. All right, so let us begin. All right, today is March 13th. We're starting out by reading from the Daily Motivations for African American Success. Charlene Hunter Galt, news reporter, said this: My father always told me that I was the best, that there was no one better than me. Being able to define myself is something I attribute to my father and his positive arrogance. Today's topic: instant credit. The ego craves appreciation and receives pleasure from the approval of others. Approval, praise, and love are the great motivators in life. When we're patted on the back, we feel happy and worthwhile. When we're criticized, we feel inadequate and out of balance. Why do we feel good when we are praised? Because praise is an acknowledgement and confirmation of our worth. Praise tells us that we are respected, needed, and appreciated, that we belong. So often we withhold praise. Sometimes it's because we don't want to appear patronizing or too personal. At other times, we simply don't make the effort. We forget that everyone enjoys appreciation, a pat on the back, a word of praise. So praise others and don't forget to praise yourself when you deserve it. The best way to appreciate your friends, said Michael Espy, Secretary of Agriculture, is to imagine yourself without any. And North Carolina Mutual Insurance founder Charles Clinton Spaulding lived by the maxim, a slap on the back often pushes out the chest. It is so easy and so pleasurable to participate in someone's life by saying a few constructive words. Sincere praise takes little effort and less time, but the effect is enormous and immediate. The recipients of your praise will hold their heads higher and try a bit harder to confirm your opinion. You will feel a glow from the warmth you have spread. Affirmation for today: I will give praise where praise is due. All right, we're moving on to another excerpt today. I want to read you from Dr. Tricia Hersey. This is her latest work entitled We Will Rest. Rest is resistance. As I've been going through reading this book, it is a curation of poetry, graphic work, and her thoughts and research on rest and the power of rest. But she also leaves lots of space in here to, um, let me see. I have my volume up as high as I can get it. So I probably need to raise my voice a little bit more and speak a little louder and project. That might be what it is, Pastor Ben. Thank you so much for letting me know. As I was reading through her work, I found myself drawing. I found myself adding some notes into this as well, just for myself. And like this here, I actually added the gold marker in there and I started just doodling. She leaves room, she leaves space in here for you to journal, for you to write. And I think it's a very powerful thing. And then she has some of her own typeset working here. Like this says, Wonder Woman ain't coming to save us. So I want to read you an excerpt of this poem that she has here. We are drowning as capitalism seeks to automate us and end us if we can't keep up like robots. Real slow brainwashing type emergency. I'm amazed at the survival. I want to save 1 million of mine. Sorry, but I'm selfish. If you poor and not rich, if you working but still broke, if you tired but still going, don't wait on Wonder Woman or recognition may never come. Instead, become real good at dog paddling, learn how to bandage up a wound that really needs stitches. Learn to rest even when you are called lazy. Learn how to slow down even when the monster of guilt appears. Learn to morph into an escape artist. Learn to refuse the lies of grind culture. We can remix the oppression, dress up in superhero armor, pillows, dreams, refusal, and soft blankets guide our missions. You don't know about survival until you in it. You don't know thriving is possible until you demand it. Wonder Woman ain't coming to save us. She would drown in much exhaustion. Can you blame her? We must put ourselves in a rest and care trance, walk the streets and swaddle the shorties up in blankets, build community centers with our bare hands, lay down and nap and plot deep plans in our dreams about revival, renewal, revolution, resistance, rest. This is deep. We drowning type deep, lungs filling with salt water deep, deep like flesh and blood on your hands and face, warrior like deep, deeper than all oceans combined. Learning the truth. Now you got to change all your thinking. Deep. No wreckage and bones in water to hang on for dear life. We haven't checked ourselves, so we are seriously wrecking ourselves. Have you noticed no one is coming? Wonder Woman ain't coming to save us. We must pop lock and transform into our own superheroes. We must lay down and dream our own selves free. Super Southside saver, poor people lover, Black freedom captain, minister of dream revival services, rest and care queen, lover of self actualization. Are you listening? I'm screaming. Save ourselves. We should be a little more outraged. Should be resting and daydreaming more. Should proclaim we will never ever donate our bodies, nerve manifestos, create long short-term projects. I'm passing out pillows, blankets, and breathing binders, filling them with solutions carried around like their new Bible. So serious. So wake up to go lay down. No more shame, no more guilt. You ladies are asking, rest now. No woman ain't coming to save us. No angels transporting either. No man on white horse will come flying. No system able to see your identity. I don't blame individuals. I blame systems. Real change is when we be ourselves. Everlasting authentic change. Put soapboxes on street corners and exchanges. Asking me to not go hard. Get settled. Get fixed. Get created. Dream. One track minded solve problems. Understand solutions and rest. I'm on autopilot. Others on the survival of the system. You are the ones that you are. You now have power and tools. Lasso of truth. Golden escape plan. The downloads. The dream space. The motivation. Time to focus. Flip the script. New moment coming. We already here. We will rest. Mm. I highly recommend that you get this book by Dr. Tracy Evers. We will rest. Pastor Ben, how is my sound right now? How's my sound right now? I'm going to turn off my green screen for a moment. It might not sound like it. I'll turn it off. Bring this up. Can you hear? How's the sound now? going to go to the next reading. Our last reading that we're checking out for today is by Dr. Maisha Cherry. This book has been blessing me in its revelations on forgiveness. It's entitled Failures of Forgiveness, What We Get Wrong, and How to Do Better. Okay. We've been talking about the forgiveness of business and looking at forgiveness and how forgiveness is used or expected in the workplace. So that's what we have been covering, and we're going to look at the section here. Forgiveness is not the only answer. Forgiveness is not the only answer, and this is in context of the workplace. I've noted that a certain kind of work climate can open the possibility for forgiveness. Possibility is key here. If organizational members share these values, then it becomes more possible for victims to forgive if they want to. However, these shared values can also open the possibility for other kinds of appropriate responses in the workplace too. Even if organizations succeed at creating what social psychologists and specialists refer to as a forgiveness climate, achieving forgiveness should not be the only standard of post-conflict success in a workplace. To see this, let's return to our favorite workplace drama. In the Office episode, Stress Relief, Dwight is concerned that his colleagues do not take fire safety protocols seriously, even after he has preached the importance of this via PowerPoint. Believing that experience is the best teacher, he decides to start a fire. This time, he muses, smoking is going to save lives. Predictably, things go terribly wrong. As employees attempt to evacuate the office, every door handle is scalding hot, thanks to Dwight's use of a flame gun minutes prior. Screaming and panicking ensues upon the revelation that they are all trapped, surrounded by fire with no chance of escape. At this moment, Dwight acknowledges that it was only a drill, but it's too late. Stanley collapses with a heart attack. Dwight tries to save him by declaring, Stanley, you will not die. Rock the president. You are black, Stanley. The company's CFO reprimands Dwight and gives him 2 strikes. In addition to being required to apologize, Dwight is required to obtain signatures of his colleagues' forgiveness. Unsurprisingly, Dwight does not share in the values necessary for a climate of forgiveness. Instead of offering a sincere apology, he reads a statement of regret, which soon puts as take my regret. Rather than show compassion for Stanley, Dwight blames him for what happened, claiming that, quote, Stanley heart attacked him. Unable to see how his actions made others suffer, he suggests that maybe next time there should be a bomb drill. Notice Dwight shakes hands. After reading his statement of regret, he demands that everyone sign his forgiveness sheet. They repeatedly find clever ways throughout the episode to trick each of them into signing the form. The branch office lacks the climate that would open up the possibility for colleagues to forgive Dwight. There's no shared sense of restorative justice here. No mediator is called upon to help deal with the issue. While corporate does have a meeting with Dwight, it's not a restorative justice meeting. None of his colleagues except Michael were invited to offer input on how to move forward. Beyond lacking a climate conducive to forgiveness, Dunder Mifflin suffers from another problem. It believes that forgiveness is the only answer. Corporate's only standard for a peaceful resolution is documented proof of forgiveness. Perhaps the corporate managers read the aforementioned studies showing that forgiveness can contribute to employee retention and increase productivity. In any case, for the corporate managers at conflict, even the kinds that put employee safety at risk and can cause heart attacks, can be resolved with express forgiveness. This is not a mistake that only this fictitious corporation makes. Many human resource departments, upper management, conflict scholars, and management experts also mistakenly believe that forgiveness is the solution to all problems in the workplace. According to the management study conducted by Toussaint and colleagues, forgiveness is the releasing of negative emotions and extending of positive emotions, attitudes, and behavior towards a wrongdoer. This is similar to the broad view of forgiveness, but it is quite different. Recall in the broad view, there are specific moral goals in mind, such as reconciliation and release. The study's definition, by contrast, doesn't have any particular goal in mind, moral or otherwise. Rather, forgiveness merely becomes an umbrella term under which a collection of benevolent action and positive emotions are included. This seems to be a conceptual mistake. Just because I smiled at you, act respectfully towards you, does not mean that I have forgiven you. This is not to say that these actions aren't valuable. Indeed, they may be as valuable as forgiveness, but there is no need to conflate them with forgiveness. Even if you never forgive your coworker, you might still extend to them empathy, kindness, or respect. These positive attitudes and behaviors do in fact contribute to a healthy workplace, and like forgiveness, should be acknowledged and promoted. In developing their account of a forgiveness climate, Professors Ryan Fair and Michelle Gelfand similarly endorse an expansive concept of forgiveness. Forgiveness on their account is defined as, quote, empathetic, benevolent responses to conflict. By casting a wider net, generally including non-hostile responses to wrongdoing as forgiveness, they risk losing sight of the distinctive moral aim of forgiveness. Forgiveness might be one empathetic, benevolent response, but it is one among many others. We should shine a light on those too. Forgiveness doesn't need to be the lone strategy that organizations adopt to achieve reparative results. So, what do you think about that in terms of a corporate setting or a professional setting, saying that forgiveness is going to be a chief part or a core part of our organization? As we see what is happening on the federal level with hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of jobs being lost without recourse, without real true reasons for letting people go, this whole model of forgiveness is probably wouldn't work in those circumstances because of the way in which people are being let go. But it is something to think about. These are the writings and the readings that I wanted to share with you today. I hope you have enjoyed them. I know we've had a little bit of technical difficulty here with the volume and the sound. Hopefully you're able to hear this clearly, and hopefully the replay will be a lot clearer once it goes through. I want to thank you for your time and attention. This has been another episode of Daring Dialogues, and I've been your host today, Shantae Charles. Remember, light is the most daring opposition to darkness, so continue to go out and be light. And we will be back on tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care, be well, and most importantly, be light.